Listen guys, I just fought Extreme Behemoth all night and all morning, and I only have one thing to say about it.
This is bullshit.
Like, come on yo, this fight is not even real. Yo, normal Behemoth was literally the easiest monster in the game. I could box him all day long. I would call him the noob killer because only the noobiest of noobs would die to him. Now I fought Tempered Behemoth, aka Extreme Behemoth, and this guy will completely annihilate any player that's not on professional status. But since I am a professional, and also a god amongst men, I'm going to tell you every single Extreme Behemoth change, tip, and strategy that I can come up with. I already made a super good and in-depth normal Behemoth guide, so if you want to watch that one before this one, the link will be everywhere. But moving on, the first tip I can give you is the same tip as last time. Just don't be a scrub. And don't invite any scrubs. No offense, scrubs, but this is the hardest fight of all time. Make sure you and your friends can go hard in the paint before you fight this one. That means everyone has to augment their weapons and armor, or you will lose. Everyone has to have 200 HP, or you will lose. Everyone has to have a good build, or you will lose. If your SOS guy is hunter rank 50 and has a green name, then guess what? You will lose. If you see an SOS guy and he's under 100 in green, tell him to
Get out! Yo! Yeah! Yo! Chill, man! Get out! Chill! Chill, man! Chill! Get the fuck out of here!
and kick him immediately. I know I talked about this before, but you need random people to be 200 hunter rank plus if you don't know them. And if they're Asian, like I said in my other video, go ahead and add an additional 200 hunter rank. And if you see an Asian guy with like 9 kanji characters in his name, add 100 hunter rank per character. So his actual corrected hunter rank will be like 1700 or something. He'll definitely carry, trust me. Here's a disclaimer, there's no correlation between everything I just said and the fact that that same Asian guy died 3 times in our Behemoth run with 30 seconds to us beating it. What can I say? Racism is not an exact science. But moving on. Everybody has to fulfill one tank, heal, or DPS role, or you will lose. In my Behemoth guide, I explained the tank, damage, and healer role, but I'll explain it real quickly so you can understand the roles and how it changes for Extreme Behemoth. The tank role is not needed for normal Behemoth, but now you can save your team a lot of headache in Extreme mode. Gaining enmity will change the fight a lot. A guy with a lance and guard up is the best choice for this role. A gunner with a shield and guard up skill is also a good one for a tank. Consider looking up a guide for that, it's really good. The damage role is actually the least important role now. Surviving is the most important factor in this fight. The time limit for Extreme Behemoth is 30 minutes instead of 35 now, and you have enough time for it as long as you don't have scrubs. The bowgun's good still, and you can pick a melee weapon just besides a sword and a shield. Now moving on to the healer. I'm going to talk a lot about the healer because it's become the most important role in this crazy fight. The main thing I want to say about the healer is that you can't get away with just one healer anymore. The most important thing you can do for this fight now is have 2 people healing. I'm going to tell you the best strategy for this fight now. Have one full hunter horn healer and have another person with wide range 5 and speed eating. It's the best thing I can tell you about this fight. People are going to get trashed, and the only way you can beat this is to completely exploit the healing mechanic in this game. The Hunter Horn attack, defense, and health boost buff is like the best buff in the game, and any shared items you can use is also important in this fight. I'm not going to lie, people can get one shot in this fight, but the defensive buffs and all the items will save the scrubbiest scrub. If you want to know my best support build in the game, please watch my video. There'll be a link for it everywhere. You can carry almost any team with a support healer and a secondary healer. It's the best thing you can do. To prepare for Extreme Behemoth, make sure you have as many items as you need. Eat for your role. Try to get Feline Moxie or Feline Insurance so you can save a life for your team. For mantles, you want to bring the Temporal Mantle. It's the best mantle in the game. It's way too OP on this fight. Otherwise, pick any secondary thing you want. Only bring Rocksteady Mantle if you want to be a baller like me and go hard on the streets. But alright, that's enough preparation. The rest of the video is going to be what changed from the original Behemoth fight. When you first drop in the mission, your whole team will be together, so you should use this time to give buffs to your team. You should also take the time to eat food and get free items from the box. Only noobs don't take free items from the box. One thing you should understand about these move changes is that basically everything he does, if you're not running when it's cast, you're probably going to get hit by it. Everything is faster and stronger. That's why evade distance is one of the best stats on this guy now, because of that fact. Remember that. So the move changes are like this. The meteors are spammed faster now and they give a defense down debuff. You need armor seeds to get the debuff off or you might get one-shotted. Healers can take wide range to get the debuff off if you don't have a tank. Your team's going to get destroyed by this move no matter what though. Charybdis is way faster now. There's no more free hits when he casts it. Don't even try to waste your time interrupting the tornadoes in this whole fight. This behemoth is tempered. That means you only get about 5 flashes before this guy's immune to flash bombs forever. Save all your flashes for the last area where it's the hardest. You're going to get a billion tornadoes, so get ready to incorporate them into your life now. For the lightning, it shoots faster and harder now. There's going to be more bolts, and it doesn't hit behind the behemoth or in front of him still in certain areas. In the third area, his moves can cause bleed instead of just his unblockable move. Breaking body parts is more valuable in this mode because he'll go to the Narragantes area if you break the horns, and that's good. If you break the tail, it'll make his moves have less range. So there's a main mechanic change to this whole fight that you have to pay attention to. It's also the most important part of the video. The ecliptic meteor mechanic has drastically changed in each phase. In each area, he'll drop one comet in each beginning of each phase. You have to protect this comet like it's your baby. You have to damage him enough to spawn more comets and to get him to move to the next area. The behemoth does ecliptic meteor in all 4 areas now. In area 1 and 2, he does ecliptic meteor like normal. But in area 3, he doesn't drop any comets to hide behind. The trick with this area, in area 3, is a DPS check. You have to damage him enough so he'll just run out of the area without doing ecliptic meteor. But in area 4, this is a tricky area, he'll drop a quick comet and do an ecliptic meteor. But while you're celebrating the win, after the meteor falls, he'll just keep fighting instead of dying. Everything is harder in this area, but you have to tough it out. So after the second ecliptic meteor falls in the last area, you finally win. This last part is really hard. It's easy if you follow group roles and you have tanks and healers, or just have really high damage. Otherwise, you're probably going to die here and be sad. You can try to jump the meteors in any area, but it's really risky. It's not easy. So after you actually kill it, after you win, you can get Drachen layered armor, and you can get a guild card title. And I don't know if any of those things are worth all the pain you had to go through. So in closing, this monster is really hard and you need a coordinated group to beat it. So if you want to be part of my stream or just fight this monster together, just add me on PSN as Edwall. We have a good team, we'll probably kill it all the time. Also, if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos and guides. I made this really funny clutch behemoth kill video, where we also learn why lifesavers are called lifesavers. So there'll be a link for that video too. And I think that's everything though. I'll see you later. Oh, and also, if you can remember one thing from me today, it's that racism will carry you far. At least in Monster Hunter. Don't forget it.
Yeah, we're out.
Who died?
Gun guy, are you
This is bullshit. Get out! Yo! Yeah! Yo! Chill, man! Get out! Chill! Chill! Chill, man! Chill! Get the fuck out of here!
Are y'all still here?